Hey, good morning, everyone. It is October 11th, 2018. Forgive me if I'm a little bit out of it today. I was woke up in the middle of the night by tornado sirens. Of course, we didn't get a tornado where I'm at, but it's been a hell of a rain here. So, as you can see, I'm here at BBC News, and I rarely use these libtards for anything, but there's two articles in here concerning science. One of them is Hawkings' final science study, and it was released. Now, the other one is kind of a sad day for those of us that believe in biological reality. Same-sex mice have babies. Scientists break the rule or rules of reproduction, so what does it mean for the future of sex? I will answer that for you. What it means is any person who believes that they are a woman or man, but were born otherwise, will be able to break the laws of nature and have children. Now, I don't think that is such a good idea. Not at all. For a variety of reasons. It is destroying the natural order of things. I mean, we should have learned our lessons with the pollution. The pollution is destroying the natural order of things. We should have learned our lesson with Fukushima. This too is destroying the natural order of things. So anything that does this, I am 100% against. I don't care about somebody's feelings, like a man who turns themselves into a woman, then all of a sudden feel their so-called biological clock ticking, and they will then seek to have children and raise them in a very, very backwards and perverse manner. Then we will have a world filled with these people. Now, I've said my piece on that because if I say anything more, YouTube will undoubtedly ban this video. On to Stephen Hawking. And this is a fairly long article, but I think Stephen Hawking is probably worth the time. And this is breaking. Hawking's final science study released. Stephen Hawking's final scientific paper has been released, and it deals with one of the central topics in the physicist's 56-year-long career. The work was completed in the days before Hawking's death in March. It tackles the question of whether black holes preserve information on the stuff that falls into them. Some researchers had believed that this information was destroyed, but others said this violates the laws of quantum mechanics. These laws propose that everything in our world can be broken down into information. For example, a string of ones and zeros. In addition, this information should never disappear, not even if it gets stuck into a black hole. But Hawking, building on the work of Albert Einstein, showed that black holes have a temperature, and because hot objects lose heat into space, black holes must eventually evaporate, disappearing from existence. Black holes themselves are regions in space where the gravity is so strong that nothing that gets pulled in can escape. Writing in The Guardian, one of the study's co-authors, Malcolm Perry, from the University of Cambridge, said, "What Hawking discovered was that in black holes or black hole physics, there seemed to be even greater uncertainty than in quantum mechanics." He added, "That might not have mattered except that black holes are real physical objects. There are huge black holes at the centers of many galaxies. If an object has a temperature, it will also have a property known as entropy. The entropy is a measure of how many different ways an object can be made from its microscopic ingredients and still look the same," said Professor Perry. He says that he discussed the paper with Hawking shortly before he died, but wasn't aware the professor was ill. It was very difficult for Stephen to communicate, and I was put on a loudspeaker to explain where we had got to. When I explained it, he simply produced an enormous smile. The new paper shows mathematically that entropy of a black hole may be recorded by the particles of light, photons, that surround the black hole's event horizon. The event horizon is the boundary or point of no return where escape from the gravitational pull of the black hole becomes impossible. This includes light. The patina of light around the black hole has been dubbed soft hair. What this paper does is show that soft hair can count for entropy, said Professor Perry. But he added that we don't know that Hawking entropy accounts for everything you could possibly throw at a black hole. So this is really a step along the way. We're going to hit some of Hawking's most important discoveries. With the Oxford mathematician Roger Penrose, he showed that if there was a Big Bang, it must have started from an infinitely small point, a singularity. Black holes radiate energy known as Hawking radiation, while gradually losing mass. This is due to quantum effects near the edges of the black hole, a region called the event horizon. He predicted that existence of many black holes at the time of the Big Bang. These tiny black holes would have been incredibly hot, shedding mass until they vanished, potentially ending their lives in a powerful explosion. In the 1970s, Hawking considered whether the particles and light entering a black hole were destroyed if the black hole evaporated. Hawking initially thought this information was lost from the universe, but U.S. physicist Leonard Susskind disagreed. These ideas became known as the information paradox in 2004. Hawking conceded that the information must be conserved. With the physicist James Hartle, he tried to describe the history of the cosmos in one mathematical expression, but quantum theory shows that the distinctions between space and time are unclear. As a result, the proposal showed there was little point asking what happened before the Big Bang. Now, if they're right, and black holes, or the information that goes into black holes is conserved, if it's still there, then that must mean you can go through one. We'll find out, but I thought this was something very interesting, because I've always been interested in physics and quantum mechanics and all that stuff for, back to my being a teenager. Action, reaction, all that stuff. So, it's very interesting, and I really do hope that we discover that these things aren't as described by earlier science. I would think that they are essentially wormholes. Anyway, thought I would share this with you. Hope you all have a good day.